Okay, I'll focus now. My ice cream is gone. um, so, inspected by number 48. This is something that's been on my shelf since Amazon delivered it, maybe 2 weeks ago. I just didn't have time to get into it, and I knew what it was, so it wasn't going to be a surprise. So they wrapped it really nice. They put the description, they put the inspected by, they wrapped it in this bubble wrap, and then in another bag, and then in another bag, and then all of it came in this reusable, nice, instead of just a bag like you often get, which I just hate. And they sent along a tool for it. So these are ribbon crimpers. And what I intend to do with ribbon crimpers is, I used to do this all the time. In fact, I'm going to go get one and show you what it looks like when I do one. Well, they all look different. All right, so here's one that I still have. These are the crimps. And they're open when you get them. And you attach them to whatever size ribbon that you have with a tool. And this one will do, but it's not my favorite. But you know what? It came along with it, so I will take it with a smile. Thank you very much for sending this. And then there's Never Give Up. And see these, it's a little tarnished. Now it looks a little antiqued. And on the other side, it's whatever charms you have. And I always put a chain that goes with the color of the crimp. And I had a little tiny key. And there's that. And you could use any color ribbon. I know this ribbon came from Joann's. The crimps came from not this company, but some other company online. I don't even know. I don't know if I was on Amazon to order anything when I made this. It's been that long ago. And I had this in a book that, the reason it says Never Give Up, I had it in a book that I was using for 12-step. Not using, it's the 12-step book. The big book. So, there you have it. And I am still sober. October 30th is 8 years, I think. This October 30th. Anywho, let me show you what I have here. So they say that I get in this, they tell you what colors you have. I have, and it's not real, it just says silver in different sizes. And there's 20 pieces of one, 30 pieces of one, 30 pieces with another. It's pretty cool. And then there's KC Gold. I'm not sure what KC Gold means. But then regular gold. So maybe KC is some kind of a high shine. And then there's also bronze ones. And there's gunmetal. I don't know what gunmetal is. Let's see if we can find a gunmetal. I bet you it's this. It's more gray than silver. I don't know. I don't know. Does anybody else know? It's kind of a I don't know. I'm telling you, on the camera, that just looks real jaundiced. I said that already once, but it does. Okay, so I'm going to get making these again. It has been a long time, and it's one of the things that I really, really enjoy doing and giving to people who like to read. So, and then I can teach Miss Patience, my granddaughter, how to do it. So this company did a really good job. I don't know that I'll be able to find the link to where I bought it. Maybe I will. I don't know. But it was fun to do, and I enjoyed it, and I will continue to enjoy it. And I want to thank Patty and Kathy, and I think you should go on over and show them some love if you want to get in on this collaboration. It's super easy. Just have whatever you're drinking, show us what you're drinking, and show us what you're doing for the day, because it's always something different here. I haven't started dinner yet, and I don't have to. It's only 2:10 now, but I was going to make, oh well, we'll see what I do. If you've never thought to give me a like or comment or subscribe, I love to have new friends, and I love to chat. If you leave a comment, you're getting one back. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll show you my first one when it gets done so you'll know what it looks like. Maybe I'll even do it at the end of this video. We'll see. All right, so here's how I make the bookmarks that I make. The first thing I decide is what kind of a theme do I want, what I want it to be. And I decided I would do one inspired by like Mary Engelbreit. So I have this ribbon, which I think I got the ribbon from, it's called Really Reasonable Ribbon, Diamond Satin Autumn. No, that's it's a different assortment. The assortment I'm talking about did not come from there. It came as a gift from Alma, I believe. Yes, it did. I'm almost certain she's the one that sent me this. So I cut off a piece that had, it looks like, you know, it could be Christmas, but we're not going to make it Christmas. We're going to give it some cherries. So you got to pick, after the ribbon, you got to pick the size that fits it. So the ribbon is all different sizes, and these clamps are different sizes, and this will fit it perfect. And then you're going to need jump rings to hang the chain. What did I do with the chain? Did I just drop it? Well, I got a bunch of gold chain here, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm going to put this on and show you. Cut the ribbon piece that I'd already cut off to another size. It was way too long. I don't know what I was thinking. And so it looks this way on one side and this way on the other side. So whatever side it's showing, it'll be fine. It'll go with the theme that I have chosen. I wanted to show you up close if you can tell. See how it's like an alligator mouth? And it's got the edges are really sharp. That lets it grab onto the ribbon and not let go. So I'm going to put that on the end, and I'm going to use this one just because I'm familiar with it. Now, I used to have a jewelry maker's headset that my husband gave me. He had it in his boxes of things. Anyway, that's always a joke with us. He actually came up with an IV pole once. I said, you know what I need? I need an IV pole because I taught birth classes at that time. And I said, I want to use it in birth classes to show, you know, how an epidural goes down. Not do one, but show the steps. And he walks in with this, he went out to his shop, and what he was using it for was to hang all of these antenna wires and cords and stuff. And he said, I don't really need this. And so I had it. I think he might have it back now. Okay, I'm going to quit talking about that. I'm going to get going with this. So I'm going to squeeze it with that tool. It's been so long since I did this, I have forgotten some things. So I went in and got some, I'm using Aleene's tacky glue. It's all purpose. And I'm going to put just a tiny bit in here, not to glue it shut, but to hold it still while it's drying. We'll see how that works for me. See this? Well, did you see it before I dropped it? One drop. One more thing. So if you have a piece of ribbon that's older or just was it cut with sharp scissors, come on. I'm trying to make it focus. And it has some raggedy ends. You just hide them in there and nobody will know. And then with the other end, cut it better. This end's going to get hidden. No, this dog's... Okay, see how it fits in there? It's just the perfect size. And now I'm going to crimp it. Okay, now see how I have it going sideways and not pointing straight down the ribbon? That's so you don't make a crease in the golden part and, you know, make it look like it has a real thin metal. One's on there. And I'm going to come down here to this end and put this one on. So they match, all gold. And then I'll start putting the jump rings on. Okay, going to open up the O-ring now. You're going to need, or jump ring, you are going to need 2 tools to do that. You don't want to hold them by the tip like this. You don't want to hold the jump ring like that. You don't want to grab it on this end and have that one do the same. You want them to go after it like this, sideways. They'll grab it just like that, easy. The reason for that is it's a gentler twist, and you don't have to open it. It'll open all the halfway on you if you do it the other way, and it's hard to get it closed back right and evenly. It'll try to overlap one across the other, you know. It's hard to explain. You'll find out if you ever try to do it. Most of you have probably already done this and could give me even better tips. Have you ever made bookmarks like this before? I'll show you a different kind of bookmark when I'm done with this one. All right, that jump ring is on, and I didn't do the best job I've ever done. And it might be that I haven't done it in years. It might be my vision is worse. It might be that these are lesser quality jump rings. You never know what you're going to get on Amazon or whatever, you know. So now I've got a charm, and these thankfully have a little ring right here already on them. So I'm going to take this small ring and attach it to that small ring and attach it to this chain on that end, okay? All right, that's the plan, Stan. All right, it's on there. Now I'm going to go in for the kill at the end of this chain. That one's on there. Now I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. I just thought that that would look the best to put the second one on so you could see both of them without them being totally together. It would look like, you know, a branch full of cherries. All right, I got the cherries and the leaves on the chain, and now I will attach a chain to the bottom of the crimper there on the ribbon. So this thing was in my bedroom, our bedroom, in the desk drawer where I used to sit and do crafts or write. I used to be big into writing pen pals, stuff like that. And that's where I would sit to do that. But anyway, it just goes on your head. And if you've got a big head or a little head, you can, you know, adjust it here. And this is magnifying pretty good. And I feel like it lit up at one point. Maybe it doesn't. What brand is this? It's old as dirt. They probably don't make these anymore. Optivisor from Kansas, Missouri. Yeah, this wasn't even made in overseas, wherever overseas. It was made here. So here's what it looks like. And then you can make it look better. All right, I decided to do a flower on the other end. You don't have to do anything long at all. You can just put something short on there. You could just put a clamp without a hole for a ring. It can be however you want it to be, I think. So that's what it looks like. And now I'm going to show you one more, and it's super easy, different kind, and there's not as much going on. I wanted to say one more thing about this. You know, when I put that glue in there, I don't think most people do that, and I don't even know why I started doing it. Maybe because it came loose at some point, but I make it so that it's like a double lock. You know, it's less likely to come apart with use. But what I wanted to tell you for sure, if you do that, I used one of these long needles, and because that glue will come through this hole right here even if you are careful. And just poke this needle through that hole there. Make sure you get all the glue out of it. You know, I just wipe it off with my finger or whatever after I get it out of the hole. And then you won't end up with one that's already crimped on the ribbon and not able to hook anything to this right here. Okay. All right. You can get these in lots of different colors. I believe it's called a shepherd hook. A shepherd hook bookmark. All you do is attach a chain of some kind and whatever you want on there. And you can also get them with lots of different designs. I don't know if you can see this, kind of a ivy looking, but this is the only kind I have right now. And I used to have a whole bunch of different ones. And maybe someday I will again, and maybe I won't, you know. Okay, I'm gonna get started and show you this one real quick. I made this one the other day, and it has that Alice in Wonderland key, a Hello Kitty, and a faux diamond, you know. There's somebody on here, she's a grown-up, and she says fox. And it just cracks me up, and she knows it's faux. It's F-A-U-X, right? And it's faux. Anyway, she's funny. I'm just gonna put this bad boy right here, and it'll be done. We're done. I just hooked it onto the hole right there at the end of the shepherd's hook, and she's good. So I'm probably going to give this one to Miss Patience because, you know, I don't know anybody else that's as big into Hello Kitty as my granddaughter. Well, that and Caroline. Oh, my goodness. Okay, everybody, that's all I have to say about bookmarks today. I had a hoot doing this, and it's What's Up Tuesday. I want to thank again, I know I already did it, but thank you to our hostess, Patty and Kathy, both of them. And if you've never thought to like, comment, or subscribe, this is the perfect time to give me a like, a comment, or a subscribe if you've never done it before, or even if you have. Take care, everybody. Have an amazing day. Goodbye, Hello Kitty.